how fast can you respond to an RFQ? So much of whether you get the order, whether you get the new customer is in how quickly you can respond to the RFQ, but you need to balance that, of course, with ensuring that the quotes are relatively accurate. So the opportunity here, there's certainly an opportunity for increasing the revenue that you'd be able to get through this model. I'd say the key opportunity in this, though, is actually the chance to meet a new customer who you can then develop an ongoing relationship with and work with them more often. And if you do this with enough customers, you very quickly end up with quite a large portfolio of customers for whom you can be serving and doing repeat orders for. So I want you to imagine for a second that the screen that you're seeing here is on your website. And rather than the Phasio logo being there, it's your logo, right? This is all fully white labeled. A customer comes to your website and they're looking for providers. And they look at many other providers and they see an email form, but they look at you and they see that they're able to go in and upload their files and get a quote instantly. So let's look at the experience they go through when they do this. So I'm going to upload 2 files here, cable holder and a propeller system. These files are now being analyzed in real time. So we're doing all sorts of checks against the files to analyze the geometry of it and also to determine the manufacturability of it. So you can see that these 2 parts, the propeller blade and the cable holder, are positioned here and rendered in 3D so that the customer can see them and can play with them in the 3D environment, can adjust the colors, for example. In particular, this part, let's say we wanted to get this made with a different manufacturing technology, for example, a multi-jet fusion, which is a 3D printing technology. We can just go ahead and switch to that. But what we notice is that this part's too big to manufacture, and also the walls of the part are actually too thin, right? And you can see that this is the wall thickness analysis. This has identified the sections of the walls that are too thin. Key thing here is that the customer is able to submit this part to you. They can't purchase it, right? Let's go ahead and delete that. Let's just continue as though the customer just wants to purchase this part, right? Now, because this part's fully manufacturable, we can just go ahead to the checkout and start ordering this file, right? So the customer is like, yep, I'm happy with this. So now I just need to fill in some shipping info. So I'm just going to fill in self-collection here. Of course, if you wanted to, you could have the part shipped to the customer's address. That's fully supported in here as well. We go ahead, enter our shipping information, hit place order, and finally, the customer is presented with a payment screen where they're able to directly pay for the part from you, or if they would prefer to, they can pay via an invoice or via bank transfer using details that you provide. So you can see the point of this is really to make it as seamless as possible for the customer to be able to file a request for quote with you, to be able to accelerate the pace at which you can respond to that, so that you're able to be the first to respond and therefore build a long-term relationship with a customer and hopefully in the future get repeated reorders from them.